Association, the New South Wales Duck Shooters Confederation, and the Australian Shotgun Museum, Temora, New South Wales.
Well, Roy, obviously speaking of racing at Rosehill, the action, a solid day. It was racing at the High Rose racetrack. Can I, just before we get your tips and slippers, can I suggest that, you know, if we suggest to Chris Waller and Gay Waterhouse that one of the buildings be called Waterhouse Lodge and the other one be called Chris Waller Lodge.
Or Waller Towers.
Waller Towers, yes, excellent. That would help a lot.
And if each of the residents down the track could pay a small tithe to both Gay in perpetuity.
For the boot.
Yeah.
The monthly boot allowance.
Yes, that's right. Brown paper bag.
Yeah, that's a lovely idea. And very racing, very New South Wales.
Yes, very good.
The slipper, I think it's on about 4:20 or thereabouts this afternoon.
Been covering this HU with their racing.
I'd love to think Bruce is there somewhere.
Bruce is calling it.
Is Hayden there? Is Hayden in town?
When's Hayden going to France, for God's sake?
He goes each Monday and comes back each Thursday. Now, what have you got for us?
Well, for the slipper HG, I'm alluring towards a horse called Ruda Royale.
Ruda Royale.
Yeah, it's not carrying too much, about 56 kilos, I think. It's got Schofield on the ball.
Yes, very good rider.
I think McMillan's the trainer.
Yes.
So if I had a spare five, which I do,
From scratch line.
yeah, I'd be tempted to. I'd be weighing up whether I put the money on Ruda Royale last week.
That's a problem I'll have to leave you with, Roy. I can't help you there. And that takes us away basically from Bludging on the Blind Side on Slipper Day.
Have you got a tip?
Oh, sorry, I do. I've got a. I think Stormboy's got a real chance along with everybody else. But the one that I'm terrified of is Fully Lit and Traffic Warden. They're my two. Fully Lit and Traffic Warden are my two. If you're thinking about putting the $5 somewhere, maybe divide it, partly win, partly place.
Okay.
You know, right?
Okay.
So they're my two there, along with obviously Stormboy, Switzerland, etc. But that takes us away from the Bludge on Slipper Day. Join us next week for Wellness Hour, and obviously all the news in the first hour podcast. It'll be there in a couple of hours' time, and you can relive the 2 hours you've lost. That's what we promise. You can relive those 2 hours. You can't. Sure, others will say you can't get it back. You can. Just tune into the podcast. That's Bludging on the Blind Side. See ya. Bye.
military says it's launched fresh strikes on Houthi targets in Yemen. US Central Command says its forces conducted self-defense strikes against 3 underground storage facilities. It says Houthi militants fired 4 anti-ship ballistic missiles towards the Red Sea. The Houthi group has been attacking shipping in the Middle East in support of Palestinians in Gaza. A royal commentator says she's shocked by the Princess of Wales cancer diagnosis. In a video message released by Kensington Palace, Princess Catherine says the cancer was found after abdominal surgery in January. The 42-year-old has been on leave from public duties, with her health becoming the subject of intense media and online speculation. Editor-at-large of the Australian Women's Weekly, Juliette Reedon, says the timing of the announcement would be largely to do with her children.
I think that Catherine and William were taking time to process it. They wanted to talk to their children in an appropriate way about it. They wanted to wait for the Easter holidays, which start in the UK today. So as the children were at home with them when this news broke in the media.
The Biden administration is urging the US Senate to quickly pass a massive spending bill to avoid a government shutdown. With just hours to go until a number of government agencies start running out of money, the House of Representatives has approved a more than $1.8 trillion package. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says the bill will keep the government running for another 6 months.
There's no reason for it to not move forward. This is not about this president. It's not about the White House. It's about the American people. We've always said that. This is about programs that American families need. And so we should be able to avoid a partial shutdown.
Homes have been inundated by up to chest deep at a village along the MacArthur River near the Gulf of Carpentaria. Police have ordered residents of King Ash Bay to leave earlier in the week as the river rose, with many evacuated to Darwin by boat. President of the club which runs the village, Ash Garner, says some of the residents who refused to leave had to seek shelter as there and later saw their homes inundated. He says it's lucky the flooding arrived gradually.
So the water was sort of still there. It wasn't actually flowing, but, you know, had the river kept coming up like was predicted, there would have been a different story. You know, there would have been fast flowing water through there and could have made it a very, very dangerous situation for everyone.
Labour leader Rebecca White has cast her vote in today's Tasmanian election after more than 5 weeks of campaigning. Ms White is hoping to win majority Labour government after losing at the 2018 and 2021 elections. The majority of more than 400,000 enrolled Tasmanians will cast their votes today. Ms White says she's proud of Labour's campaign.
Investing in the fundamental responsibilities a good government should invest in to set the state up for a better future. I'm proud of our campaign. I'm proud of our candidates. I think our policies really will help to deliver a good government for Tasmania if we are elected.
The 255 polling stations across Tasmania are open until 6 o'clock tonight local time. And round 3 of the NRL season continues today, with Canterbury Bankstown set to face off against Gold Coast. St George Illawarra take on North Queensland, and West Tigers play Cronulla Sutherland. You're up to date with the latest from ABC News.
For all those yearnings for truly outstanding entertainment,
I have an idea of what might cheer you up.
You'll find a trove of Academy Award winning and nominated films on ABC iView.
Let's play.
Like Imitation